What do you think attracted you to your man the most when you first met them?
Ooh, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. He was so funny. Oh God, he was funny. I think honestly, if you can make a girl laugh, you got her. You got her. Like, cause like, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't the best looking person, as well when I first met him, and he wasn't either. But like, what really got to me, one is the connection that we had.
And that's
But
cap. My boy been looking good.
That's cap.
Oh,
You gotta get
okay,
fried
yeah,
over
like,
here.
he's handsome, and
I just assessed him out like that's false.
Can I say?
That's what I'm saying. There's no way.
Well, can I say he's like gotten so much better? Of course,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like as have I. But honestly, what it was just his mind and how much he made me laugh too. Because like, I don't know, there was something about him that it was how he talked to me and then how he made me laugh. It's what really, really got me.
Yeah.
Like it really did.
Yeah.
I like that.
What was it that made, real quick, what was it that made you go from, like, yeah, we're just going to be a situationship to, yo, I think I do want to actually, like, be in a relationship with you?
It was a constant hanging out, of course, constantly, like, hey, like, us hitting each other up, like, hey, do you want to hang out? Like, well, I was so glad that he was the one that was, like, actually, like, hitting me up, do you want to hang
Pursuing,
out?
yeah.
Because it felt good to know that I'm not, because I understood our situation, so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is what it is, so I can't expect anything out of it. So he was just like, let's hang out, And I was like, great, cool. Took me everywhere, wherever he went, so it was great, but also getting to see the kind of person he is.
Yeah.
And that's what really kind of got to me, because he wasn't just a booty call at this point.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was seeing him on his day-to-day life and how he is with his mom, how he is with his family,
Yeah.
how he is as a person besides just a booty call, he was like I saw more than just that, and I guess that's what got me more attracted to him. And I caught myself because I knew then and then when I first like started, was like, damn, I can't.
Yeah. Oh, I like
So
it.
so
I was
the
like,
way
yes.
so the way he carried himself is what attracted
Yes,
to
it was
him.
just more than just the funny. It was just how the kind of person he was or he is.
So
know.
would you also say that you were willing to adapt to his lifestyle?
To his lifestyle, yes, I will say that honestly.
Cool.
Like, yeah, because it was something beautiful that I saw in him, and like the kind of
So-
lifestyle that he carried himself as well, which kind of matched me. So that's why, and I knew that it kind of fit because I
Yeah.
knew my values and like what I want, and I kind of was just like, you know what, this is gonna go hand in hand right then and there.
Yeah. So would you also say that you programmed yourself into his life?
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
did.
alluded to earlier.
So earlier she said
Because-
this
no,
is
I
this is
did-
where
no.
we're circling around here.
Circling-
Full circle,
circling
baby.
back
That's what I'm
around.
talking about.
I
Circling
did,
back.
I
Yes,
did,
sir.
Because it was basically the same. This is the same program as I was in. So
Okay.
what I mean is that he was very family oriented, which was beautiful. I was like, okay, so that's the kind of person that you are.
Yeah.
Great, that's me too. So that's where it goes. Where
They
it kind-
complemented each other.
Yes, correct.
It's not just like putting yourself into his lifestyle. It's like you guys.
She just said it though.
complement each other.
She just said it. She
But
just said
made
it.
her point though.
Don't try to sugarcoat it. Don't try to make it look
She
cute.
said it.
Nah,
Yeah.
she just said
No,
it.
and I get
She
and
said
thank
it.
you,
Yeah.
because,
She confirmed it.
Like I'm gonna like, cause like yes, I'm proud to actually talk about him and our relationship and how far we've gone and stuff like that. So yes, if you wanted, like, it is a big compliment to say that I have, like,
That's
I
good.
have.
No,
I
it
Hell
is.
yeah,
It
it's
is.
great.
No,
Fuck
I
I
yeah.
don't even understand as a woman, you
Yeah.
said that you want to cater to the his
Hell yeah.
lifestyle is the biggest compliment, because it's like we're saying you're separating him from the rest of the guys that are just whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
you
get
being
what you
able to
mean.
want to do that as a woman, which is essentially like we're saying, you're submitting to him, saying, I want to go in your direction. Please lead us where you want us to go. That is the biggest compliment for
Well, I
men.
guess
Y'all
the way
don't
the way
see
you
it
put
that
it
way.
now, and then the way you put it, guys, I guess it's the way that you also ask the question as well, you know, and the way you are, you know, you're using your words as well. So if you want to, like, yes, I did. Did I adapt to his lifestyle and like who? He
Well, it
is
was
and
pretty
everything?
straightforward. I don't think
It was.
I don't know if else I would have changed it up, but you know, and you saying that, look, this is where I like kind of again going back full circle, right? This puts you in the category of a man. Of a woman of demand, right? So I was using that analogy at the beginning where I said a woman who's just desired and a woman who's of demand. you being cooperative, you being smart, you being agreeable puts you in that category.
That was all three of you. That was all three at the beginning when you were like, all right, I'm gonna do what you want to.
Full
Correct.
circle,
Yeah.
baby. That hell yeah.
Hey, what a
Yeah.
way to wrap it.
Now listen, what do you gotta say? What attracted you most to him when you first met him?
I would say just like when I first met him, I believe that we were very outspoken and we we were just talking about anything. So just the way that he carried himself too, as well as like a man, like he really, I like that he was well spoken. I liked that we just had something in common or just something to talk about, right? Like, or just it was just a never ending conversation. He was funny. I feel like we kind of I'm goofy too. Like I have a goofy side to me, and so for him to kind of be interested and wanting to keep hanging out with me was just very. As a woman, you're like, oh God, you get a little bit giddy because you're like, wow, okay. Especially if it comes naturally. Like, it made me very comfortable when he wanted to hang out with me and that initiation that he took. But it goes back to like naturally, like it's just you naturally, the flow is there and it naturally just comes as a couple, and just for him showing his interest in the way that he carried himself was just very, he was always positive. He always had Brian always, and I still to this day, he's very positive. So with his outlook on life and I just loved it,
Because he can deal with stress, right?
He can.
He can deal with stress and he can eliminate that feeling and not show the emotion towards you, right? So he can, again, display himself a certain kind of way. It's kind of the analogy of like, look, I may be having a real shit day, but you may be having a great day.
Exactly.
And Brian knows how to eliminate that to not, ruin your day and say, hey, look, I had a great, I had a shit day, but you had a great day. And then you know what? And we'll adapt to that.
And, sometimes, like, of course, he has his days where he's very stressed out. And sometimes it kind of, like, I try to bring positivity too. That's where we complement each other. It's kind of like I know you're having a shit day, but, let's not rub it off on each other.
Yeah.
So it's just like we're just getting that fresh air from each other,
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, hell yeah. That's
Hey,
yeah.
Nancy, if you're gonna pay for my therapy, I will gladly go. I'm not even.
Let's do it.
Let's fix them, girl.
Let's do it then.
Mama Nancy, I will gladly
Yeah.
listen to Sugar Mama. I'm not even gonna lie.
So you're willing to be fixed.
Nah, he don't need to be fixed. What? Well, nah, hell no.
Dave's a great guy. Dave's
Fuck
No,
yeah.
look, I've known David for the times that I've known, like for the
At
as
least
long
6
as like
years,
and he is.
What I can.
Nancy's going at you.
I wasn't.
David thinks
How did I
this
diss you?